If you suffer from tennis elbow or golfer's elbow like me, then you need to try these. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I have two sleeves in my hands here that I want to show you because I actually suffer from golfer's elbow, and it's actually this elbow. So it can actually be either elbow, and this is really from the repeated motion of your release here. You know, you're using some muscles to kind of move that club head down and to the ball, and it's just kind of a repetitive stress injury as far as I can tell. And it's not an inflammation, it's really where the muscle, I think, grinds on the bone a little bit, and so you are kind of wearing on that muscle. So at this point in the video, you can tell that I am not a medical professional or doctor, and so if you're having issues with this and you're having some pain or discomfort there, then I would definitely seek out the help of a professional. But my experience has been that these types of devices make a big difference. So I've been using these a little while, and I want to show them to you because I just bought some new ones here. I will also say there are some exercises that can help you with that, which has absolutely helped me too. But these types of things are something that you can get right away and take with you even on the golf course and play with, and they provide a lot of relief. Now, first of all, I want to start with this one here because this one is the cheaper one. This is really just a compression sleeve as far as I can tell, but it really does help in a lot of ways. And one of the reasons that I like this is because of how slim and simple it is. And I actually love the idea that this is not big, it's not bulky, there's no extra mass or gel packs or anything like that, and so it's something that you can just put in your pocket, take with you to the golf course, put on, and actually wear it around, and it makes a big difference. So it does come in a pair like this, and they're only about 15 bucks for the pair, so it's actually a really good value. Anyone can afford it. You do have to measure your arm a few inches above your elbow, and you want to get to the circumference here and then order the size based on that. Now, I am an XL as far as I know, and that seems to have worked for me, and you can see that they're just slightly tapered. They kind of look like a coffee koozie, but this is just like a stretchy type of fabric. I'm assuming it's some sort of like polyester here. You can machine wash these, and I kind of want to center my elbow right here on this circle. So I think that's the way it's supposed to go. But I've kind of noticed that if you're putting this on a little sloppily, it doesn't seem to make any difference. I don't know if that there's less elastic here and it's supposed to bend a little bit, but where I can, I try to center this right on my elbow here. So kind of twisting it around just to get that right on the elbow. If you are having pain in both arms, you can certainly put them on both arms, but it's one of those things where I've noticed when I take the club back, you can actually feel it. It doesn't really feel painful to me, but my arm feels weak. And so one of the things that this does is it seems to put pressure kind of everywhere. It's not uncomfortable, especially, like I said, if you get the right size, it's not uncomfortable, it puts a little pressure. But now what I've noticed is that when I'm lifting up my club, taking that club back, I don't feel that fatigue like my arm is going to give out. For me, it's really less about pain and more about fatigue. You know, when you go to the gym and work out and then the next day you have trouble pushing open the car door or picking up stuff that's really light, it's just because your muscles are really fatigued. That's what it feels like to me. But here, it just kind of helps compress everything, and I don't feel that fatigue, I don't feel that pain or that sharpness or that soreness or rawness. So I don't really need it on this arm. It's really this one that's kind of giving me the issue here, but this is what this sucker looks like. And so this one has worked out really, really well. And like I said, because it's nice and slim, I can put this on at the golf course. While some people might ask about it, I'll kind of tell them a little bit about that golfer's elbow or tennis elbow if you play tennis. And a lot of people will share their stories of having a similar type of pain, and you can probably buy a few of these and sell them on the golf course because people are really interested in it. Especially for people that play a lot of golf, even if they aren't really swinging hard, even if their technique is pretty good, a lot of people can kind of benefit from this. So this is really something that I've really, really liked. It's actually one of my favorites. Now, I actually picked up this. It's by Simeon, I think, is the brand name here. And what's different about this is that it's just a single sleeve, and it's a little more expensive, I think in the $20 range. But what's different about this is that they do have some inserts right here. So you can see where we got these lines. It seems a little shorter, very similar stretchy fabric here, but where we have the circular area here, there is a gel pack, I believe, that is sewn into it. So if I just open it up, we have this little, feels like gel, feels kind of like slime or something in there. It actually has a little bit of texture. It's kind of firm. It doesn't like move around, so it's not a fluid of any sort. It's just kind of like almost a rubber gel. But there's one on this side too. So you have two of these, and that's really because I'm not entirely sure, but you can tend to have like a pain point up here as well as one right here. And especially if you have golfer's elbow over here, you might have tennis elbow over here or vice versa, something like this. So what you can do here is put this on and then put these little pads on where that tenderness is, and that's going to concentrate this compression onto those soft areas. So what you're going to do here, and this is an Excel again, measure your arm, is you are going to want to put the pads under the elbow. It's going to be on the lower part of your forearm, and so the part where the pad is down here is going to be down by your hand, and then this part is going to be up by your arm. And again, right here, it looks like we have another little reinforced area, and that's going to be where your elbow actually goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this on here, show you that it's easy to put on. Now, I have used this one too, and I guess what I have found is that it's also very nice. I like the fact that it's putting pressure right here and right here. It seems to do a nice job of concentrating that compression for me, and it feels really good. But for me, and I guess it depends on how much tenderness or sensitivity you're having, I haven't really noticed that I've needed the extra compression or the focus compression. The cheaper compression bands seem to have worked just fine too, but this one actually seems to work just a little bit better. As you can see, it doesn't really bubble out or anything, so it's not really obvious that those are there. But for me, I have this tenderness right here, so it's kind of nice that they have that extra cushioning and pressure right there, because that's really where I can feel that tenderness. So I would say that this compression band for me has worked better on the golf course. It feels good, even though we have this extra pressure right there. It's a very smooth fabric underneath, so you don't have to worry about getting a blister or anything like that. This one tends to work just a little bit better, but this one at 2/3 the price has also worked very, very well. So it's a little bit like this one has worked about 90% as well as this one. So if price doesn't matter to you, I would suggest maybe trying this one out, because it really does seem to put the pressure right where you need it. But if you want kind of the sleeker, slimmer version, you want a 2-pack of this for less, then this one is also great, and I really enjoy having these. And I keep one in my golf bag just in case I forget this, or if I'm having some tenderness and I want to just pull this out and put it on. I always keep one of these in my golf bag. But when I can remember when I grab this one seems to do the best job for me. So both very, very good. They have definitely helped me stay in the golf game, especially when I am feeling a little sensitive and thinking like, hey, I'm not going to golf tomorrow because, you know, my arm just isn't up to it. This has really kind of put me back in the game. And for those of you, like I said, that play golf back to back, and you might not play golf that often, you can find yourself the next day feeling a little achy. This is something that I think will keep you going, especially on those golf trips where you have multiple golf outings scheduled. So if you want to pick up this, or if you want to pick up this, I'll put links to them both in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than